This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's vlog. Well, here we are in the middle of November almost. I mean, where's the time going? I'm floored by it. We're heading for another end of the year, and boy, you know, what a year it's been. It's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs, you know. A lot of our very own have gone through some very tough times. But I was looking at some videos, and I sometimes just sit on my couch when I come home, and after I get done taping and doing all the things that I need to do for the channel, I tend to sit back and I'll go on my PlayStation, either play a game or watch some YouTube videos, or, you know, whatever catches my eyes. Thus, yesterday, as you guys saw, looking at baseball cards, I became curious and ran out and bought 3 of those packs, and we ended up making money. So, you know, watch those things. Those people really do things. But the thing that really caught my eye was when I was sitting on the couch. I had just ordered a bunch of games from Miniature Market that they just got in, and then I go right onto YouTube, and just, you know, the minute I put on my channel or to look at videos, there's all those games already with playthroughs. And the new hotness, you know, whatever's new, and trying to get it up before everybody, I never prescribed to that, number one. There's no way I can even compete. But the couple times that I did get things ahead of people, I found that I rushed so hard to get the video out that I didn't give the game a chance. And I always see that people get this game, and then they rush to get it taped and get it out, and sometimes they, you know, they already have an opinion of it without even playing it that much. I made a couple of mistakes of doing that, and that's why I'm here. I just don't do it. I just think you try to stay ahead or compete, you're just not going to be able to do it. And what are you competing for anyways? More views, more subscribers, this, that, the other. And what does that get you in the end? Really nothing, if you really think about it. If you're somebody like this channel, or the 5,000 other channels that are like this channel, that are just kind of, you know, unless you're the big guys, okay? You know, fighting for the new hotness doesn't really make sense. I made that mistake with a game called Gaslands. I got it ahead of time, and I took a real quick look at it, and had an opinion on it. And then when I came back to the game and played it a few times, my opinion totally changed. I made such a huge mistake. And that wasn't the first time I did that. So I decided that I was never going to rush things, that I was going to try to do the best. Now listen, even when I take my time, I still screw stuff up. That's just human nature. But I see a lot of these videos, and I go, oh my God, you know, you could tell that it's so rushed. And but I'm going to give some praise here, because there's somebody that I've been watching for a while now, and I'm really impressed with, and how he can get the game so quickly and be so thorough. Now, of course, you know, I'm going to praise the heck out of Rodney Smith and watch it played, because I've actually talked to him about how he does things, and it's amazing, the process and the detail and everything that he does. And he's one of the big guys out there. So when he does a walkthrough or something, and he even says, you know, hey, I make mistakes, but there's an attention to detail. There's a script that he writes that's so detailed. And then everything is meticulously put together and fantastically done. But there's somebody out there that really has caught my eye, and I believe it's the One Shop Co-op Shop. And get a chance to check out this guy. He does a fantastic job. we're kind of right in the same ballpark. But, you know, his channel is going to be a very big channel. He does such a nice job. It's very detailed, and you watch how he does things and how everything is laid out, that when he does the new Hotness, it's really done the way it should be. And you could tell that he's put some time and has played it a few times, and he's enjoying what he does. And I was just blown away by watching, oh God, it was Heroes of Terranoth, and then the Lord of the Rings I was watching that he did recently, which were very, very good. Lord of the Rings, because I have it, and I was thinking, oh God, you know, I should break this out. I go, let me see if I can remember it. And sometimes you watch a video just to remember some things, you know, oh God, I forgot this. Let me take a look at this. And it puts you into perspective. But so well done. And there's not a lot of over-the-top flash or gimmicks and stuff like that. Again, you know, I think you lose something in translation when everything's so gimmicky or overproduced. You know, you've heard me talk about it. Now listen, I'm never going to be overproduced or this, that, or the other, because it's just me and this camera, and that's what I enjoy. I'm not trying to take over the world. All I'm trying to do is get my viewpoint and my personality through to the camera, and the best way I can do that is not with a bunch of flash and gimmicks. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Remember, you're trying to appeal to an audience, so all those things come into play. But for me, it's not about that. It's about that person that can reach out and make me feel like I'm there with them, and they can hit something where I go, oh yeah, I get that. Hey, great job. Yeah, you're right. You know, and you feel like you're talking, or you're sitting there with them, learning and experiencing some of these beautiful, beautiful games that people put together. For me, that's the thing that gets me. You know, Rado does that real well. Rodney does that real well. Chaz, with all his humor, you know, when he's talking about things, he's talking to you. You know, he could add some flash, but it adds to what the message he's trying to get across. He's building a story. You know, I'm not just saying that because they're my teammates on BoardGameGeek, but I'm saying it because it does matter. You watch Game Night, and you watch, you know, you sit there and you feel like you're there with everybody, with Lincoln and Nikki and everyone. You know, it's just, it's what I feel is right. It's not, they're not showing off. They're playing the game. They're experiencing. They're taking different tactics. You know, all those things mean something. And, you know, I know I got a little off topic, but it's kind of something that I truly believe that it has to be the person talking to the camera, and just the camera, or you know, and reaching out to you guys, and making a difference, and moving you guys, and maybe giving you enough choice that you guys can see the things that you need to see to make a decision. You know, money doesn't grow on trees, and it's not the easiest thing to be able to facilitate all these games, or be able to go out and constantly buy in this hobby. There's more and more games coming out, and people are having to be a lot more choosy because the amount of games. So they're picking the things that they think are going to be right for them. You know, some of us are blessed that we can just go out and buy everything and try everything, and if we don't like it, go, whatever, here, for charity or whatever. It's getting the information and being able to visually see and feel that you're a part of something, that you can actually make the decision from those particular videos and those people that actually want to show you something and say, hey, you know something? I just got this. Let's really take a good look at it. You know, that's why a lot of times I do my look-ats. I show you it. I tell you a little bit about it, but I haven't played it enough. And it's not until I get it and do a live playthrough that I can give you any type of opinion on it. It just doesn't work. I made that mistake before, and I'm not going to ever make that mistake again. So if a lot of my things aren't detailed enough, well, I mean, there's plenty of other people that can do the right job, and One Shot Co-op's one of them. They do a great job, by the way. And you know, even when I do the Games Workshop stuff, you know, I take a look at Spiky Bits and the great job that he does, or Gorilla Miniatures, I believe it is, yes, who does a fantastic job, who gets it. And he spends 36 hours trying to paint something and learn something and go over it a few times, just like he did with Blackstone Fortress, which I took a look at. What a fantastic job. You know, I just don't have that kind of talent to do that kind of stuff. I do things where I have to take my time, and I don't want to feel that kind of pressure on this channel. What I really like to do is just pick something out, like folklore. It took me 2 years to find it. And when I found it, I poured a lot of time into it because I was into it, and I got sucked into it and everything. Some of the other things, you know, that I've been goofing around with, I get sucked into it. Today, you're going to see Fallen Land. You know, it's something I got sucked into again. I've played it before. I enjoyed it, and I've been wanting to get it to the table. It's right over here. I got to put it up because Tina and I are going to be playing it live. You know, those are things that just move me. When I paint, I want to make sure that I have the passion to paint it. When I play, I want to make sure I have the passion to play, because you guys are very smart. You can see when somebody does it half-assed, plain and simple, and that's when people get lost. If you don't feel it, don't put it on. Don't put it on tape. Don't put it up live. Don't put it out there. Don't crank out content just to crank out content. And it's a long and hard lesson that you have to learn. So for all you guys out there that are just starting up, hey, that's a little advice I gave you. I'm very excited. Hopefully, if everything goes well, and health-wise and so forth and so on, this Wednesday I will be at BGG, and I will be there until Sunday morning, where I'm going to fly back, and that's going to be the last con for a bit. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to get to see a lot of people that I'm anxious to see. Joel, Rodney, Chaz. You know, I want to sit down with Marty and those guys, and I don't know if Secret Cabal's going, but I'm hoping I do, and I get to spend some more time with them. I really enjoy spending time with those guys. And also, who can forget the Mighty Lance? You know, we'll go sit by his booth at TMG and just annoy him as much as I humanly possibly can. I'm very blessed. I've found a lot of good friends this year, and for me, that's been one of the most rewarding things of going to these conventions. So, you know, now I get to sit down with Lincoln and Scott and all those guys, and I want to go see our very own Major Malfunction and spend some time with the Major, and just you know, Keith has had a tough year, and you know, there's nothing more I want to do than sit down and hopefully cheer him up a bit. So for me, those are all the things that are on my bullet list for this. So we're going to tape. We're going to get some information out to you guys. We're going to take a look at some things. We're going to take a look at some of the new games that come over from Spiel, because they work so hard to get them over. And I'm going to take a look at some new stuff, and I'm going to try to play a lot of things. I'm going to have my camera with me. It's not going to be as intensive as it used to be, you know, as a Gen Con or an Origins, but it is going to be where I'm going to take at least a half a day and just film a bunch of content and get it up there for you guys, and give you a feel of this fantastic, wonderful convention. And I want to see who wins the top game this year. And also NXT, I'm going to be hanging with Lance to watch some wrestling, so we're excited about that. And don't forget November 13th. November 13th is a very big day. Number one, Gabby gets her stitches out of her mouth. Number two is the Queen's birthday. Yes, the Queen's birthday. Number three, it starts the huge miniature market sale. Phase 1, Part 1. Now tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to do a live show, and I'm going to talk about both phases. I cannot talk about everything on the list, okay? Only because some quantities are low, and I don't want to build up false hopes. So I'm going to preface it that before you even see the video. But I will be talking about some things I will give you some hints on some things that you are going to want to get and things to look for on part 2 of this huge sale that's going to start on Thursday. So be ready. It's going to be amazing. You're going to save money, and that's the most important thing. I try to point things out so you guys can save some cash. Money's tight. Money is unbelievably tight for a lot of people, and I'm here to help in any way I can. All right, I've said it all. So for those of you that are going, please, if you get a chance, stop by, say hello. I would really appreciate it. I'm just looking forward to meeting people. If I can't play a game with you, I'm sorry. I do have kind of a busy schedule, but I will try to just sit down and do some things, and you know, try not to burn out my little unit. I have a lot of things that I need to sit down with some people and that are going to help us go forward, and that's what I want to do. I want to go forward and do the best I can. But there you go. That's it. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.